everybody! So this is going to be my first like vlogging style video, but I kind of wanted to, you know, do this for you guys because today starts off a special day. I'm so excited. So for school, I get to start scuba dive class today, and it's a 3-day thing. It's going to be all day, so I'm going to try to get as much of it on camera as possible, because this is what I'm going to school for. Like, this is like the first real thing that I've gotten to do for my career that I want to go into, so it's really exciting. So yeah, so I mean, I guess I'll, you know, sorry if this is like horrible, but like I'm trying to get the hang of this vlog thing. This is my first one. So for the class, it's like a regular class. I had to pay for it like regular, but there was a bunch of other stuff that I had to do to prepare for this, and one of the things was I had to buy my own mask. This is a scuba diving mask. Let me take it out of here. Alright, so it just comes in its own bag like this. It's got a little clip on it, and I am in love with these. So this is what they look like. I'll try it here. I'll get out of the way. So these are my scuba diving masks, and this little puppy itself ran me $85. But these were the ones I went and I chose these because they just fit the best. So I figured, why not buy them, because I plan on scuba diving a lot in my career, so I might as well start and get my own pair. And yeah, so like I said, they were $85, and you know, like they're so cute. I love them. Surprise! How weird do I look right now? So here's my snorkel. It is the Oceanic brand. I paid $45 for this guy, but I feel like this was worth it to me because it has this nice little top on it. So the thing about this top is that you can, you know, like if you dive down, it has this little thing in here that goes up and covers the hole at the top. I don't know. Just like this little like maneuver that covers the hole at the top so water doesn't get in. So it's just harder for water to get in the top, and you don't have to like fiddle around with it and think that you're drowning, because we've all been there. If you ever went snorkeling, you know what I'm talking about. And then the bottom is movable, so like when you are scuba diving, it can just kind of like hang at the side, because right here is where it clips onto your goggles, and this can just kind of like hang down here instead of being in your face. And then it has this nice little bottom dump in here, so you don't have to force water back up through here. If water does happen to get in, it can just come down out here. So yeah, this little guy was $45, but to me, I feel like that was definitely worth it for this top, because like I said, we've all been snorkeling before, and when you get water in there, Lord, it sucks. It sucks bad. Okay, so on top of having to get all of that stuff and get around, I had to buy this book and do all of the knowledge in it. It's like an actual like class. It's not anything to, you know, mess around with or whatever. You could like totally die doing this, but to me it'll be worth it. So I had to fill out all of the knowledge stuff ahead of time, and so I got all that done, and I'm ready to go today. It doesn't start until 4 o'clock, and right now it's about 1, so it is 1. So yeah, I'm just waiting. So for it to start, I'm excited. Yay! So it's a 3-day class. So it's a Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Friday we are doing 4 till 9:30 tonight. And it's broken up into classroom time, and then there's like pool time. And then Saturday and Sunday is from 9 a.m. till 6:30 p.m. And like our instructor told us, like, don't make plans because you're gonna be so exhausted after this, like every day. This is bothering me. Oh my god. Like, see this little guy right here? Doesn't want to cooperate, doesn't want to lay down. Anyway, so yeah, so our instructor was like, don't make any plans because you're going to be so freaking exhausted after this, like after every day, because we're going to be in the water most of the time. So I'm really excited. So, yay. Yeah, so I guess that's it for now. I'll see you later. Good morning. So today is day 2 of 3. Sorry, my hair looks like a mess. I haven't gotten it braided yet for today. So yesterday was eventful. Sorry I didn't update you guys. I really didn't have much time to mess around with my camera. So pretty much what we did is we had some classroom time. We took 2 tests and passed both of them, so yay. So, and then we had some pool time, and the first thing that we did is we treaded water for 10 minutes, and we couldn't touch the side of the pool or we failed, and that was intense. That was insane. You don't realize how out of shape you are until you hop in a pool. Let's just say that. So, actually, I don't think I've ever treaded water for that long in my life. So that was different. And by the way, I'm at my parents' house. I know these surroundings are different. This door right here is actually going to be my new bedroom when I move back home. So yeah. Yeah, so, and we did a lot of snorkeling. Pretty much just kind of like swimming around the pool, getting used to our mask and fins and stuff. So yeah, it was a good day. I'm really sore when I woke up this morning, and I really had a hard time staying asleep last night. I don't know why. I don't know if it was just because I was uncomfortable because my hips are pretty sore, because obviously I'm using muscles I haven't used in a long time. So yes, so now we're up. It's 7 o'clock in the morning and the day starts at 9. So I'll update you guys when I can. Good morning, everybody. So once again, I'm sorry that I didn't film last night. It's kind of hard to film at class, and it's kind of, you know, because it's really wet and I don't have a you know, waterproof camera. So I didn't film last night when I got home, so I was tired as all tired can be. So because our days start out at 9 a.m. and it's actually 8:30 right now, so I'm on my way to class. Where's a good place to put this? I don't know. And then it goes till 6:30 at night. So it makes for a really long day, and then especially when I work the late shift usually, which is till like 10 o'clock at night. And then, so my body's not used to going to bed till like 2 a.m. And then, so having to wake up at like 7 or 7:30 is like murder almost. So, I have my friend right here. Mr. Caffeinated Coffee is my friend in the mornings. So anyways, today is day 3. So a little bit more about yesterday, which was day 2, which was our first like real full day of actual scuba gear. So we actually got to learn like how to set it up, how to put it on, the buddy system. So we learned a lot, and I am definitely a better scuba diver than I am a snorkeler. I couldn't do any of the skin maneuvers, which is where you just have your snorkel and your mask on and you dive down under the water. So you're not being able to breathe, but you're going at depths to where you have to, be able to like clear your ears. And I had a problem with that. I had a problem with equalizing my ears and clearing them with the skin maneuver, but no problems with it at all whatsoever with the scuba diving. So yes, so then we took a series of like 4 quizzes, so that's all done. I passed them all, yay. And then today is the final, and then we go back into the pool and learn just like a little bit more, and then have some fun free time messing around. So there was one point yesterday in the class where, because I've been wearing my contacts for this, obviously, because they don't make goggles in my prescription, which is an option, but I'm pretty sure they don't make them in my prescription, and if they do, they're going to be expensive as fuck, and I can't really necessarily afford that right now. So, I just have regular goggles, and then I just wear my contacts. Well, there was I understand why we do this, but there was a point in the class where he wanted us to get water in our mask underwater and be able to clear it and get it out of there, which is a good skill to know because, if you're diving like 30, 60 feet down, hold on. So anyway, so he asked us to get water in our mask underwater and to be able to clear it out, which is a good skill to know, but, my car, which is a good skill to know. That's not what this is, I kind of freaked out about getting water in my mask because I had my contacts in, which are, like, expensive. And not to mention that you guys know, if I lose one, I'm blind. I'm, like, literally screwed. I can't do anything. I can't see. So I guess then for me, obviously, this would be a really good skill to know so it doesn't, whatever, but with me not being experienced with it, I was kind of afraid that I was going to lose a contact or damage my eye in some way by getting chlorine in my eyes with the contacts in. So I kind of freaked out a little bit, and he could tell. So then I explained to him my situation. I was like, so this is, I'm blind, like I'm -20, and so I need some like, I can't fuck up, so just give it to me straight. Like, is there any tips, tricks, anything I can do that will help me better with this? Because if I lose a contact, like, I will be screwed. Like, I can't continue scuba diving. And if I can't continue to scuba dive, then I fail. So, he just took me aside and was like, okay, so I'm gonna break it down for you so there is no room for a mess up. That kind of thing. And so my instructor was like really cool about it. Like, it really, So, all in all, it's good to ask questions. It's good to, let your instructors and everything know your situation, because he wouldn't have known, and if I would have messed up, that would have been my bad, like, because I didn't go to him and say anything. So, just don't be afraid to ask questions is pretty much what that comes down to. So yeah, he was really cool about it. It was really, awesome. I'm getting to know the people because, I don't know if I told you guys, but the reason I'm taking this scuba dive class is because I am going on a trip to Florida. I'm actually going to Long Key, Florida, which is right like an hour and a half out, down the road from Key West. So it's like out there. And so I'm going there for a class trip. Actually, we're going to be staying on a research facility
area in Longkey, and yeah, so I get to go there for a week, but it's nothing but scuba diving for a week, so I have to take this class to learn how to scuba dive, so I'm so excited. Like, I'm going to be down there in the Keys. I've never been that far down in Florida, so I'm really excited to be able to do this. So, yeah, so anyways, like I said, today's day 3 of 3. I'm tired. It's a very strenuous activity. Don't let anybody tell you any different. So that's why I have Mr. Coffee. I'm about to go take my final exam for this. Hopefully pass it. I haven't had any problems yet. So that's where we're at. And then I'll check in with you guys later. Hopefully I'll have time today to be able to record without getting my, camera wet, because nobody wants that. So yeah, so see you guys later.
Hey everyone! So we are back to talk about scuba diving. As you can see, I'm at home. I left you guys on my day 3, and I tried to get some footage of like us in the pool with the scuba gear and everything, but it couldn't happen. So I tried, and it didn't work out. There was about like 16 people in our class, and not everybody was comfortable with being on camera. The teachers weren't really comfortable with it, so it was kind of like, whatever. So, no big deal. But I'll just go ahead and, tell you guys all about the experience. Like I said, if I didn't clarify, it was a 3-day, all-day certification class, and actually we didn't get certified. We got confined water certified, so I can dive in a pool that's 60 feet deep. So it was really cool. They taught us a lot of things. It was really awesome. I loved it. Let me tell you, it is definitely different being down. I think the deepest we dove was 12 feet. Yes, it was 12 feet. The pool's 12 feet deep, so we went down all the way down to the bottom, and it is so different. It was one of the best experiences in my life. I loved it, but it was like definitely different. You can definitely feel the difference. Because you have all of the pressure of air and water on top of you, and they teach you that in the class. It was really cool. My overall experience, it was definitely hard work. Like, it was strenuous. It was a lot. I was so tired. I remember being so tired by the end of day 3. I wanted to sleep for like 3 days. So, I do feel like, though, that the first day was the worst. They made us tread water for 10 minutes, and actually, our teacher had us tread water for a little bit longer than that. But yes, I feel like that definitely, like, that was the first thing we did in the water, was that, and it was so hard. I'd never treaded water for 10 minutes ever in my life, so I was about dying. So pretty much we would show up at class every day at 9, well, except for Friday. Friday we showed up at 4 to 9:30, and then Saturday, Sunday was 9 a.m. till 6:30 p.m. So, we would start off every day, 9:30 in a classroom, kind of like going over this. If anybody had any questions, we could ask. He would hit some like major high points, like, you're going to want to know this, like whatever. And then we would take, there was 5 sections in this book, so we would take, day 1 we took 2 quizzes, day 2 we took 2 quizzes, and then day 5 we took the final. Or day 5. And then day 3 we took the final. So, and I think the lowest grade you could get was like an 80 or an 85%. 85% I think was the lowest you could get to pass. So I definitely passed with an A. So, no. To touch more upon about what happened on day 3, we pretty much went in. If we had any questions, we asked him about it. We took our final. We got our final graded before we left to go to the pool. And then we learned more like safety things that day in the pool now that we knew our equipment and what was going on. So, you know, like because in scuba diving you have buddies. This is buddies. I know that now. So we did a lot of things with our buddies. Like if somebody runs out of air, we had to practice how to, like, you know, give our alternate oxygen. Yeah, it was really cool. It was really cool. All the people were cool. So yeah, and then at the very end they set up a like coral reef in the deep end of the pool for all of us people that were going on the Florida trip to go down and kind of like get a feel for it, like, you know, because when you're in the pool you're kind of like clumsy, you know, and you want to be a little bit graceful when you're in a coral reef because you don't want to destroy what's there. So we kind of had to like practice a little bit to find like a neutral like buoyancy in the water, so we're not like flipping our fins around and knocking the coral and killing things, and nobody wants that. So we're not there to destroy, we're there to protect. So they kind of like let us do that. It was really cool. Yeah, I really enjoyed myself. I definitely recommend scuba diving for anybody that loves to be outside, that you know, doesn't have a problem with confined spaces. Now I say that because like you're thinking it's the ocean, it's huge, it's open, it's not confined, but with that pressure of the water sitting on top of you, it felt kind of confined because you're not used to all that pressure on top of you. Like the air is like nothing, right? So, but every like 10 feet you go down, it goes up. Like the pressure goes up by 1 atm, and you don't realize how heavy that is until you're underwater. So that's why I say that. So if you don't like confined spaces and you don't feel comfortable breathing out of like a, you know, an apparatus out of a tank, I definitely wouldn't recommend it. But if you're like totally cool, you know, you're like an adrenaline junkie, kind of like me, you'll totally love it. I really don't think I have much else to say other than like I said, I definitely loved this. I had a great time. I made some new friends. So I'm really excited about going to Florida now. And yes, I definitely loved it. And like I said, I recommend it to anybody that would love to do it. It was a great experience. So anyways, I think that's it. I can't think of anything else. If I do think of anything else that I left out, go ahead and read down in the information bar. And yeah, so if you have any more questions that maybe I didn't answer for you, go ahead and leave me a comment. I'll be more than happy to answer your questions. You know I love talking to you guys. So with that being said, I will talk to you guys later, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!